In 1988, Florence Griffith Joyner blazed the 100-meter in a world record time of 10.49, slashing almost 0.3 of a second off the previous mark. The time defied logic. It was so fast that it exceeded the men's national records in a number of countries.
Tell me about the win. Of course, that's an area of great controversy right now. Do you feel it dropped?
Oh, yes, it did. Bobby told me to pay attention to the triple jump, and if the wind was down, go for the world record. If not, just go and make it through the next round. The wind felt good. It didn't feel as strong as it did in the first race, and I went for it.
Although there was nothing in Flo Jo's running that top sprinters could not replicate to run even faster, many experts, coaches, and athletes doubted the record, thus creating an air of unbreakability around it.
Cannot be! No one can run that fast!
In 2019, however, putting all doubts aside, Sha'carri Richardson broke the junior 100-meter world record that has been untouchable for 42 years. What's more, she did it Flo Jo style, reminding the world that real speed is effortless.
My favorite pro athlete is Flo Jo.
Moreover, her feat significantly impacted Jamaican sprinters, who finally acknowledged Flo Jo's superior running skills after more than 30 years of suspicion and denial.
I've normally watched her races and I see her mechanics was super good. How she ran her races, they were so easy and smooth. So I try to do pretty much the same as how she do, but I don't think I'm perfect yet, but I'm working on that. But she's a good inspiration to the sport. And a few years ago, the question was thrown to me if I think I can break that record, and I was like, no, it's not possible.
Elaine Thompson-Herah, who spent lockdown studying and adopting Flo Jo's style, eventually surpassed her Olympic record and is now the fastest woman alive. Here's how it went down. In the opening session of the athletics program at the Tokyo Olympics, Josee Talou stole the show, blasting to victory in her heat with a new personal best of 10.78. She executed the best race in her professional career. Unfortunately, it was not the best time to do it. Although she looked relatively relaxed, judging by her somewhat tense neck, it was her maximal effort, which usually means a slower time in the final. 13 years after her triumph in Beijing, at the age of 34, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce arrived in Tokyo as the red-hot favorite after her stunning performance 2 months earlier, when she effortlessly ran 10.63 to move up to number 2 on the all-time list. Again, Shelly-Ann ran a smooth and controlled race to advance to the next round with minimum waste. Reigning Olympic champion Elaine Thompson-Herah was not so impressive in her preparation for the Olympics. In the 100-meter final at Jamaican Olympic trials, after running incredibly tense and badly fading in the last 40 meters, she had to settle for third place in 10.84. In her last race before the Olympics, still running relatively tense, she managed to pull away from the very relaxed Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, who seemed to be playing mind games and deliberately holding back before Tokyo. In Tokyo, however, fast Elaine showed a much better version of herself when she bounced down the track with incredible ease to win her heat in 10.82. Her phenomenal leg springiness was the most striking improvement in her running, a key component for superior speeds. A sprinter can have all the power and explosiveness in the world, but it means nothing without leg springiness. That's why leg springiness is the first thing professional sports bettors pay attention to before making a substantial bet. In the first semifinal, Elaine Thompson-Herah smoothly ran away from the field, reaching her top speed at the 74-meter mark, where she eased up and coasted across the finish line with the most effortless 10.76 in history. Having won the following semifinal in 10.79, Josee Talou gave everything she had, leaving herself no chance for a medal in the final. However, Josee should be given credit because her experience has contributed greatly to the development of modern sprinting. At the 2017 World Championships in London, she showed how you could have the best acceleration, the highest top-end speed, and still lose the final. You literally have to try really hard to do that. With her arduous efforts, Talou also answered the main question of the last 3 decades. Why do modern sprinters have much faster acceleration than Flo Jo, similar speed as Flo Jo, but they can't break her world records? Although Flo Jo answered that question many times, no one believed her.
I was finally starting to understand Bobby's whole philosophy on running. I no longer fought him like I used to. When he would tell me to do that, I go, how can that make sense? He would tell me the laws of Newton, all stuff I had never heard about.
What were some of the things that you disagreed with him on that he thought was so important?
Relaxation, which was the key to me winning 3 gold medals and a silver in Seoul. He kept saying, Florence, you have to be relaxed. You have the speed, you have the potential to be the best in the world, but you're fighting yourself. You're not running relaxed. I'm telling you, every day, come out here and run relaxed. And I thought to myself, this man is telling me to be relaxed, but he wants me to run fast. How can I do that? I couldn't understand what he was talking about.
Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce won the 3rd semifinal, easing off over the last 5 meters to post the best time of the day, 10.73. Moreover, she perfectly distributed her race, hitting maximal speed at the 73-meter mark. However, even a cursory analysis of the race suggested that she would be fighting only for the silver medal. First of all, her noticeable forward lean indicated that she couldn't go any faster since she leaned every time she tensed up and hit the wall, and her half-tense neck confirmed that assumption. Secondly, a comparison of the speed charts indicated that fast Elaine had a much higher top-end speed, and given how relaxed and springy she was, no one in the Olympic final could challenge her. Shelly-Ann herself was well aware of all of this. She knew that her only chance of winning was to trick fast Elaine into a trap. So, she decided to pull away from the start, expecting Elaine to tense up while desperately trying to catch her. After all, this strategy worked before. Shelly-Ann exploded out of the blocks like a jet car and expectedly led the race. However, experienced Elaine didn't fall for that, strictly following her race plan. Then, Shelly-Ann hit the wall 2 meters before the halfway mark and knew that the rush for gold was over. There is no doubt that every fast starter knows what she experienced at that moment. You're only 50 meters into the race with nobody around. You're winning, but the finish line looks so far ahead when you begin to hear scary foot stomping of your nemesis quickly approaching from behind. You want to put a little extra effort as your opponent gradually appears in your side vision. It's a hopeless situation where most sprinters usually grit their teeth and try even harder while slowing down much faster. Shelly-Ann managed not to tense up beyond reason, and thanks to that, she held on to the silver medal. Fast Elaine flew past her fading teammate and continued her long and smooth acceleration, reaching top speed at 72 meters. It should be noted that until recently, only Flo Jo executed such a long acceleration, but now it's becoming a trend among top sprinters, because long, smooth, and relaxed acceleration is the foundation of all the best races.